Alright guys, we're back. Welcome back to the channel. And today I want to discuss something about these young fighters today. Guys like Shakur Stevenson. Guys like Devin Haney. Guys like Gervonta Tank Davis. Ryan Garcia. Now let me give a quick disclaimer first. You guys see I have Shakur Stevenson's name there in the title. So I want to let Shakur Stevenson know if he's watching this video. I'm not picking on you, brother. I'm not picking on you. I do critique you, and I am fair in my critique. I don't step outside the line. I don't cross the line and disrespect any fighter. I typically don't do that. I know a lot of people do that, but I try to keep it as respectful as possible. But, I need to speak my mind to the boxing fans out here. So don't take it personal if you hear this. Now, just recently, we've seen Shakur Stevenson go on Twitter and go at, I think it's Mace from the podcast Come and Talk to Me with Cameron. You guys know they used to be rappers, and now they have a podcast right here on YouTube. And he didn't like what Mace had to say about his matchup with Artem Harutyunyan this past weekend. So he took issue with that. He went on a Twitter tirade. I didn't read everything he said because he wrote a lot on there. So you guys are welcome to go to his Twitter and check it out. But I did hear the response from Cameron and Mace on their show today. So that leads me to this question. Do you guys think that the fighters today, the young fighters today, do you think that they're a little bit too thin-skinned? Do you think that they take to heart what people say about them on social media? And my assessment, I'm going to give you guys my assessment. I do think that they are a lot more thin-skinned than, say, someone like me, an older guy like me. I'm really thick-skinned, but I'm from a different generation. You can't really blame them in a sense because they grew up in the social media age. And let's face it, anybody can get on social media, and say the most vile, horrible things about you and hide behind an avatar picture that's not theirs and say things that they would never say to you in your face. And yes, I think that affects these young fighters. It does affect them, regardless of when they say, they don't watch YouTube videos, because I've heard it from fighters that they don't watch these videos, but they do. They do watch these videos. I know that they do. Or they don't care what people say. They're only human. They're young, they're impressionable, they're human beings. Yeah, things get up under their skin. And it's quite apparent that it got up under Shakur's skin because, he's going off on Twitter. So, yeah, I think these guys are a bit thin-skinned. But what should they do about it? How should they approach this? And I know this is not as easy as it sounds, but in my opinion, I think that these guys should stay off of social media as it pertains to reading people's comments. If it's really going to affect you, I don't think they should read the comments because people are always going to have some shit to say. I get it all the time in my comment section. People have things to say. But me, like I said, I'm thick-skinned. I'm from a different era. I'm from a different generation. I can handle that, But these young guys can't. And I think it affects them, their mind, they get it. It's personal for them. And in a business like Shakur's in, he doesn't need to be preoccupied with what Mace or Cameron thinks about him. He needs to be working on his craft. He knows what he needs to do. He knows that he, let some people down. Work on your skill set. Work on your craft. Well, I would say this. It's not that Shakur's not skilled. He has a lot of skills. He just can't pull the trigger as per se when it comes to closing the show. I think that's the problem with him. I'm not going to call him boring because I know that he's a highly technical fighter, and sometimes people, it doesn't resonate with the boxing fans out there. You know, they want to see a brawl. They want to see a knockout. That's what sells. That's what put butts in the seats. So him being so technical, a lot of times people see that as boring. So he needs to work on closing the show. That's the only issue that I had with Shakur Stevenson in his fight. But yes, I do think these guys are thin-skinned, and I do think it's because of the age that they grew up in, the social media age. But we'll see what happens with Shakur Stevenson. We know he left Top Rank. He's a free agent right now. There's rumors that he may be signing with Floyd, maybe getting with Turki Al-Sheikh. We don't know yet. We're just going to have to wait and see. But my advice to you, Shakur, if you're listening, don't worry about what these guys say. Everybody has an opinion. It's just like an asshole. Everybody has an opinion. You work on yourself. You work on your craft and make sure your game is tight. I have no doubt in my mind that, you know, you can become a great fighter. You can become a great fighter. You have the tools. You just have to execute. And you have to not worry about what other people think about you. You know, I used to be in that same spot when I was younger, worried about what other people think. Don't worry about that. Worry about yourself. Focus on what you need to do. But anyway, that is my thoughts on that. You guys let me know what you think about, you know, all these fighters out here today. Are they too thin-skinned? Do they need to stay off of social media, reading the comments? You guys let me know how you feel about it in the comments section. It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.